OutDaughtered. Danielle Busby talks about plastic surgery. Danielle Busby has always been candid with fans about her journey as a mother of five, her life with Adam, and the realities of raising Quints alongside her older children. Over the years, viewers of OutDaughtered have seen her embrace life with humor, grace, and honesty. But recently, Danielle opened up about a topic that many people feel hesitant to discuss openly: plastic surgery. In interviews and social media posts, Danielle shared that her decision to undergo certain procedures wasn't born out of insecurity, but rather a desire to feel comfortable in her own skin after the dramatic changes of pregnancy and motherhood. She explained that raising 6 kids, with 5 of them being multiples, takes a toll on the body in ways that aren't often talked about publicly. From stretched skin to post-pregnancy body shifts, Danielle acknowledged that these changes were natural, but sometimes difficult to embrace. Danielle emphasized that she wanted to make it clear to her audience that plastic surgery was a personal choice, not something that defines her worth or her beauty. She stressed that the procedures she chose were meant to restore confidence and help her feel more like herself rather than to conform to anyone else's expectations. "It's about feeling good for me, not for anyone else," she said in one conversation. This perspective resonated with many fans, as it highlighted the distinction between personal care and societal pressure. Throughout her life on reality television, Danielle has often been a role model for her fans, showing that self-care is important, even when juggling a hectic family schedule. She talked about the careful research she did before choosing any procedure, consulting with medical professionals to ensure her decisions were safe and well-informed. She also mentioned that she wanted to set an example of responsible decision-making for younger viewers who might see plastic surgery as something casual or impulsive. Danielle made it clear that any cosmetic procedure should be approached thoughtfully and with full understanding of the risks involved. One of the recurring questions Danielle receives from fans is how she balances her busy lifestyle with self-care, including recovery periods after surgeries. She explained that timing is critical, especially with Quints and other children at home. Scheduling procedures had to take into account not only her own needs, but also the support she could get from Adam and extended family. Recovery was not just a physical process, but also an emotional one, requiring patience and understanding from herself. She admitted that the first few days after surgery could be uncomfortable, but she framed it as a necessary step for long-term well-being. Danielle also touched on the emotional component of body image, particularly as a mother of multiples. She shared that postpartum self-esteem can fluctuate dramatically, and social media sometimes exacerbates those feelings. By sharing her plastic surgery journey publicly, she hoped to normalize the idea that wanting to improve or adjust your appearance is not inherently shallow or vain. It's okay to make choices that help you feel more confident and happy. She wanted her audience to see her decision as one part of a broader commitment to self-love and health rather than a superficial fix. Fans appreciated Danielle's honesty, and the response on social media was largely supportive. Many mothers reached out to share their own experiences with post-pregnancy body changes and their struggles with self-confidence. Danielle's openness sparked conversations about body positivity, personal choice, and the nuanced ways women navigate societal expectations. Her willingness to discuss these issues has reinforced her reputation as a relatable and thoughtful personality on OutDaughtered. Danielle also stressed that plastic surgery is not a one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one person may not be appropriate or necessary for another. She encouraged people to focus on their own feelings and motivations rather than comparing themselves to others. In doing so, she highlighted an important distinction between external appearance and internal well-being. Danielle's message was clear. Improving your appearance is valid, but it should always be balanced with mental health, self-esteem, and realistic expectations. She reflected on her past, sharing that before becoming a mother, she had never seriously considered cosmetic procedures. Her perspective shifted after the birth of her children and the physical toll that pregnancies took on her body. Danielle described moments when she looked in the mirror and felt a disconnect between how she felt inside and what she saw outside. These moments were pivotal in her decision-making process, ultimately leading her to explore options that could help bridge that gap. Throughout her discussions, Danielle maintained a grounded and authentic tone. She emphasized that she did not undergo surgery to meet societal standards, but to reclaim a sense of self after years of focusing primarily on her family. Her experiences resonated with many mothers who feel their identities sometimes become secondary to caregiving responsibilities. Danielle's narrative framed plastic surgery not as a vanity project, but as an act of self-respect and self-care. In addition to her own experiences, Danielle has spoken about how her family reacted to her choices. Adam has been supportive, she said, understanding that her well-being is crucial to the family's overall happiness. She credited their strong partnership and open communication for helping her feel secure in her decision. She also shared that she prepared her children, in age-appropriate ways, for the fact that their mom would look a little different temporarily after procedures. This approach, she noted, reinforced honesty and trust within the family unit. Another point Danielle highlighted was the difference between public perception and private reality. On a reality show like OutDaughtered, it's easy for viewers to form opinions based on snippets of life, but the full picture is always more nuanced. She encouraged her fans to avoid quick judgments about others' choices and to remember that everyone's body and journey are unique. Danielle's transparency aimed to give fans a more realistic understanding of what plastic surgery entails, including preparation, recovery, and emotional impact. Danielle also took the opportunity to talk about self-acceptance in general. She emphasized that plastic surgery is just one tool among many for self-improvement. Healthy lifestyle choices, mental health care, and positive relationships are all critical components of feeling good about oneself. She wanted her audience to understand that no single procedure can replace self-love or confidence. In her view, cosmetic surgery is a complement, not a substitute, for overall well-being. In various interviews, Danielle candidly discussed the specific areas she chose to address through surgery. She acknowledged that motherhood can leave lasting changes in areas such as the abdomen and breasts, and for her, these procedures were about restoring a sense of balance and symmetry. She stressed that she did not feel shame about these changes, they were natural, but she wanted options to improve her comfort and confidence. Danielle framed her choices as practical and personal rather than purely aesthetic. Her story also opened the door for broader discussions about societal pressures on mothers. Danielle noted that while women often feel judged for their appearance after having children, there should be more recognition of the challenges they face physically and emotionally. By sharing her story, she hoped to challenge the stigma surrounding cosmetic procedures and encourage more supportive conversations about motherhood, body image, and self-care. Danielle was careful to make one thing very clear: plastic surgery is not a shortcut to happiness or confidence. It is a personal decision that comes with both benefits and responsibilities. She encouraged her fans to weigh their motivations carefully and to consult trusted professionals. Danielle emphasized that any decision should come from a place of self-respect and self-understanding rather than external pressure or fleeting trends. She also reflected on how her experience has changed her approach to beauty standards. Danielle acknowledged that she still admires natural beauty and believes that confidence shines brighter than any procedure. However, she felt empowered by having the option to make changes when they aligned with her personal goals. She expressed gratitude for living in a time when women can make these choices safely and openly, without fear of judgment. Throughout her discussions, Danielle maintained her signature humor and warmth. She often joked about the realities of recovery, the odd moments during post-surgery care, and the small frustrations that come with any medical procedure. Her ability to balance candor with humor made her story relatable and approachable, turning what could be a sensitive topic into an educational and empowering conversation. Fans responded enthusiastically to Danielle's openness, leaving messages of support and admiration. Many shared their own journeys with body image, plastic surgery, and self-care, creating a community of mutual understanding and encouragement. Danielle's willingness to be vulnerable helped normalize these conversations and inspired others to think critically and compassionately about their own choices. In reflecting on her journey, Danielle often emphasized gratitude. She expressed thanks for her family, her fans, and the medical professionals who guided her safely through her decisions. She also highlighted the importance of self-compassion, reminding viewers that taking care of oneself is not selfish, it is necessary for overall health and happiness. Danielle's approach underscored the idea that self-care, whether through surgery, therapy, or lifestyle changes, is an essential aspect of motherhood and personal fulfillment. One of the most notable aspects of Danielle's discussion was her focus on transparency. Unlike some celebrities who may keep cosmetic procedures private, Danielle chose to share her experiences openly, believing that honesty fosters understanding and reduces stigma. She wanted her audience to see that making a personal choice about appearance is not inherently wrong or shallow, but can be an important aspect of self-expression and self-respect. Danielle also shared that she remains deeply aware of the influence she has as a public figure. She acknowledged that young fans might look up to her and that her choices could spark curiosity or even mimicry. This awareness reinforced her commitment to framing her narrative responsibly, emphasizing education, safety, and informed decision-making over glamorization or hype. Over time, Danielle's conversation about plastic surgery became part of a larger dialogue on OutDaughtered about health, wellness, and self-acceptance. She demonstrated that it's possible to embrace motherhood fully while also caring for oneself, both physically and emotionally. Her story illustrated that seeking personal confidence and comfort is not mutually exclusive with being a devoted parent. In fact, Danielle suggested that caring for oneself enhances the ability to care for others, creating a positive cycle of well-being within the family. Ultimately, Danielle Busby's candid discussion about plastic surgery was not just about procedures, it was about empowerment. She highlighted the importance of making choices that honor one's own body, experiences, and emotions. She encouraged her fans to embrace self-love, to approach decisions thoughtfully, and to support one another in navigating societal pressures and personal expectations. Through her transparency, humor, and warmth, Danielle provided a model of how to navigate personal choices with confidence and integrity. Her journey, as documented on OutDaughtered and through social media, continues to resonate with fans of all ages. By discussing plastic surgery openly, Danielle Busby has contributed to a broader conversation about body image, motherhood, and self-care, demonstrating that personal choices can coexist with authenticity and family dedication. Her perspective reminds viewers that confidence is multifaceted, rooted not only in appearance, but in self-awareness, intention, and the courage to make choices that align with one's values. In conclusion, Danielle's openness about plastic surgery serves as an important reminder that every individual's journey with their body is unique. She has shown that seeking procedures to feel comfortable and confident is valid, provided it is approached thoughtfully and with a focus on health and well-being. Through her honesty, humor, and relatable storytelling, Danielle Busby continues to inspire fans to embrace their own choices, advocate for self-care, and navigate life's changes with courage, authenticity, and grace. Her message extends beyond cosmetic procedures. It's about empowerment, informed choice, and the ongoing journey of self-love. Danielle Busby's story encourages fans to honor their bodies, make decisions that resonate with their values, and recognize that caring for oneself is a vital part of living a full, balanced life. Whether on-screen or off, Danielle embodies a thoughtful and empowering example for her audience, proving that it is possible to navigate motherhood, personal choice, and self-acceptance with honesty, humor, and heart. The truth about Parker Busby from OutDaughtered. Parker Busby is one of the Quintuplets from the popular TLC reality show OutDaughtered, which follows the lives of the Busby family, led by Adam and Danielle Busby. From the very start, Parker captured the hearts of fans with her unique personality and undeniable charm. While the show often focuses on the family as a whole, each child has their own story, and Parker's has been particularly intriguing to viewers. Unlike her sisters, who are often very expressive and outgoing, Parker has always displayed a more introspective and thoughtful nature. From a young age, fans noticed that Parker seemed to have a deeper sense of awareness than her years might suggest. This perceptiveness sometimes led to her having quieter moments, where she would observe her sisters or take in her surroundings in a way that hinted at a sensitive and intelligent mind. The Busby family has been very open about the challenges and joys of raising quintuplets, and Parker's personality often stands out amidst the chaos. While her sisters might engage in playful arguments or display bursts of energy, Parker often prefers to watch first, think later, and then respond thoughtfully. This behavior has made her a favorite for fans who appreciate her calm, reflective nature. One of the interesting aspects of Parker's personality is her creativity. Although she is still a child, Parker has shown signs of being very imaginative. Whether it's through drawing, playing with her dolls in inventive ways, or coming up with unique solutions to problems, Parker has consistently demonstrated that her mind works in creative, nonlinear ways. Her parents have noted in interviews that she enjoys activities that allow her to express herself artistically, which might explain her keen interest in arts and crafts, storytelling, or building imaginative worlds during playtime. Fans have also speculated that Parker might have a more introverted personality compared to her sisters. This is not unusual in a family with multiple children, especially quintuplets, where each child develops their own social style. Parker seems comfortable spending time alone or with just one of her sisters rather than seeking constant attention. While some viewers might misinterpret this as shyness, those who follow the family closely understand that Parker simply enjoys thoughtful engagement over high-energy interaction. Another notable element about Parker is her emotional intelligence. Even as a young child, she has shown an awareness of others' feelings. Whether comforting a sibling or reacting to situations around her, Parker often displays empathy and consideration. Her parents, Adam and Danielle, have commented in interviews that Parker has a natural ability to sense when someone needs support or space, which is remarkable for a child her age. This emotional maturity adds depth to her personality and makes her stand out even among her quintuplet sisters. Parker's development has also sparked discussions about individuality within the Busby quintuplets. In a household where 5 children are born at the same time, maintaining individuality can be challenging. However, Parker has managed to carve out her own identity. She has preferences that set her apart, whether in clothing choices, favorite activities, or her interactions with her family. Fans often notice how she responds differently from her sisters in group situations, highlighting her unique personality. Education and learning are other areas where Parker shows distinct characteristics. While she is still young, Parker seems curious and eager to learn. She enjoys exploring new concepts, asking questions, and engaging in activities that stimulate her mind. Danielle and Adam have shared that Parker is attentive and focused, often spending time on tasks that require concentration. This focus is impressive, given the naturally distracting environment of a busy household with quintuplets. Social media fans often speculate about Parker's future based on her current behavior. Many believe that her thoughtful and observant nature could indicate she will pursue interests that require focus and creativity, such as writing, art, or even scientific exploration. While it is too early to predict her exact path, the foundation she is building in early childhood is a strong one. Parker's relationship with her siblings is also a fascinating aspect of her life. Being part of quintuplets means that she is never truly alone, yet each sibling relationship has its own dynamic. Parker seems to have a particularly close bond with one or two of her sisters, often showing patience and nurturing qualities when interacting with them. This does not mean she lacks fun or energy. She certainly enjoys playing, but her approach to interaction is more measured and considerate. One of the things that make Parker intriguing to fans is the contrast between her quiet moments and her occasional bursts of expression. When she chooses to speak or act, it often carries weight and shows intention. This selective engagement has led fans to admire her maturity and presence of mind, as it's clear she is making thoughtful choices about how to interact with her environment. Parker's parents have been instrumental in nurturing her personality. Adam and Danielle emphasize individuality, giving each of their children opportunities to explore their own interests and strengths. In Parker's case, they encourage her creative and reflective tendencies, providing her with tools, space, and support to develop her unique identity. This nurturing approach allows Parker to grow in an environment where she feels valued, not just as part of a set of quintuplets, but as her own person. Another aspect worth noting is Parker's adaptability. Growing up in a household with multiple siblings, particularly quintuplets, requires a level of flexibility and resilience that is unusual for most children. Parker has shown that she can adapt to changing situations, whether it's dealing with noise, sharing attention with her sisters, or adjusting to family routines. Her ability to navigate these challenges gracefully speaks to both her temperament and the supportive environment provided by her parents. Fans also appreciate Parker for her authenticity. In a world where reality television can sometimes exaggerate personalities for entertainment, Parker often comes across as genuine and sincere. Her expressions, reactions, and interactions feel real, which allows viewers to connect with her on a personal level. Unlike some reality TV stars who are constantly performing for the camera, Parker's natural behavior has been a refreshing element.